So in last week's episode, you saw Davy start to build the Helm box for our new Helm seat. This week's video, we're gonna show you the full transformation when the box is completely finished.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right.
Alrighty, so welcome back to the little project. As I said, I found a place. It's a bit echoey actually. Don't know if you noticed, but I'm in this temporary building, if you will. I found it here in an abandoned area, in an abandoned quay. So anyway, this is a better place to be able to do a little bit of sanding work because I don't want anything obviously going in the ocean. But as I said, I'd bring you across and show you what I was doing here. It's pretty standard stuff. It's just sanding and fairing and priming. So I've done a little bit without you guys. There's only so much sanding and fairing I'm sure you want to watch. So the sides are coming up pretty close now. I'm a bit of a perfectionist sometimes. So it needs a little bit more sanding. This side here is nearly done. The inside of the box, as I said, I wasn't going to do much to it. I've primed it and I've laid out a little bit of fairing filler around in the areas that you're only actually going to be able to see just the little top part because the washing machine can take most of the space. So that bit in there is going to get a bit more sanding now this morning, and then I'll end up priming the whole box. I have had a little bit of an issue with the primer. It's kind of my own fault because I knew that with this primer before. I slapped it on a little bit too thick and it's taken a long time to dry. So this isn't my favorite primer for using. I like to put a bit of primer on. Once I'm getting close with my sanding and my fairing, I like to put a bit of primer on so that when I sand back over it, I can see where my high spots are. Just a little bit of a colour change. But unfortunately, with this type of primer, you need to put it on a lot thinner than I did, and I got a bit slap happy. So that's caused me a little bit of a heartache, but again, my fault. I did this before with the same primer, and I should have learned. Anyway, let's crack on and see if we can finish up this bit of sanding, get this thing primed. Might even be able to get it back on the boat this afternoon, maybe even tomorrow. Alrighty, so that's the box. I'm happy enough with that at the moment, to be honest. I think what I want to do is get some topside paint on it, because I know that stuff, if I need to, I can sand it. I've got a tiny bit of very thinned out, what's it called, the primer on there now. I've just slapped some on, but really, really, really thin so it dries nice and quickly. I think I'm going to head back to the boat, pick up the topside. This stuff, as I said, it's super thinned out and it's hard. I should give it half hour. I should be able to just give it a light sanding and actually get some topside on this and see what it starts to look like. So I think that's the plan. Let's run back to the boat and grab some supplies.
Who's that, Wiggles? Who is it? Who is it? It's hot.
New Helm station.
Look at that.
It's hot this morning, yeah.
That looks great.
Look at this. John, just pop that one on the table. That one's the heavier one, remember?
I know, hang on.
Yeah, I got it. All right, you ready for the big bad boy?
This one's not heavy though.
No, it's not heavy, it's just big. You got it?
Yeah. That looks way better than in the dark brown.
That's pretty good. I mean, I've got to find out its final alignment.
Exact spot.
Which I think is approximately there.
That looks great.
Yeah. Well, we've still got, what, a couple of bits to go on. So let's have a look. We got the lid, which is basically going to go, I think that's that way. So that opens there, but that fixes to the, say, bolts to the seat. So let's just put it together roughly for now.
That looks so good.
And let's pop the seat on as well.
Yeah, that's it. I wish that wasn't as heavy.
Why? Because you got to open it.
Yeah. Kerplunk.
Clunk.
There you go.
That's about right. I'm sure it needs a few mils here or a few mils there on positioning.
That's great.
Got gotta paint the decks though, because the decks don't look all shiny.
Yeah. There's always something.
Man says, I'm sorry, son, but where's your shoes? I say, ain't got none. If you want to come inside of here, you just better go and find yourself some. I said, man, whatever you're selling, I surely don't want none. If it means I gotta hide my toes from the lovely, 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 lovely sun.
I am a barefoot man, barefoot to make my stand. I bare my soul for all the world to see, yeah. I am a barefoot man, feet planted firmly in the sand. Bare your feet, set your souls free.
So one of the main reasons we decided to build a Helm box instead of just with the post holding it in place is because storage space is an issue when you have a small boat. So for right now, we've been storing the washing machine up here in the port bathroom, which works, but it is a bit of a pain in the ass to take it in and out, especially when it's a bit damp after using it. And plus, if we ever want to make this into a fully functional shower again, we don't have anywhere to put this. So it's just gonna make the storage space on Barefoot that much better. So for the new Helm seat behind me, we've used a thickened epoxy to seal it down to the deck. So Davy's left a little hole here for any drainage to come out, and there's a couple other ones. All that's left now is to put some caulking around so it looks finished, and then we can load it up and see what it looks like with the washing machine inside. Bit of acetone. So the only issue really is that spot there on the deck.
Well, that's an old repair from someone did that before we bought the boat.
Yeah.
It's not even a repair, it's a hot spot.
But that'll come when we do the decks.
When we do the decks, we'll get that. There's a lot of work to do on it. Well, not a lot, but I mean, one, we need to be on the boat without the dog as well.
Yeah.
Gotta do the decks. So not sure when that's gonna happen, but they really would like to be done.
But look how much nicer it looks, eh? It looks so much better. And look at that. I know the top doesn't look completely finished
This top is not finished, guys. I couldn't get the parts I wanted here, so we are planning on a little side trip to Canada to go and see Erica's mum and dad. So while we're there, I'm going to pick up some hinges that fit this better, and then I'm actually going to remake the inside piece, put the new hinges on, and some little gas struts to hold it up. So that's not pretty in there, but at least it's functional. And say in the Bahamas, sometimes you got to make do with what you can find.
But look at that, my washing machine fits perfectly, and that's our water bladder in there. So we'll be able to open it. And I have my shower just back here. So hypothetically, I'll be able to...
It does just reach.
It just reaches, and I'll be able to fill up the washing machine just like that. So after we do the caulking around the bottom of it, the last step will be to drill a hole for the drain plug from the washing machine. So we'll probably do that just around this area here, and there'll be a little hole. And then we can have an attachment hose that connects to that so it goes overboard. So that we won't have to move the washing machine around at all. It can live in its little home. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna look finished.
Well, do need the Barefoot logo on the back though.
Yeah. So I guess there's a couple final steps.
Well, we need to do that on a day where it's not windy, because we know what it's like trying to put that transfer paper and stuff on.
Yeah. Don't mess up, don't mess up. No, not funny? Davy's concentration face.
Yeah, but this isn't going very well because the epoxy's in there and it's already flat. Normally you've got a V for this to go in. So to be honest, this is more of the colour.
Yeah.
Than anything.
Well, that was the idea. Just make it look more finished.
Basically just making it look fit. I'm going to smooth this out in a minute.
Da 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 da! Looks like it came from the factory. Okay, so Davy's just drilled a hole for the drain hose from my washing machine. So now we're just gonna test and see if it leaks. It might leak all over the deck, I'm not sure. So it just comes out there. We've attached on a longer hose that then goes overboard. So I've filled out the washing machine just with a little bit of water. You can see the hose coming out. And if we release it,
Yeah, it definitely leaks.
it does.
Only a little bit.
Yeah, it's going through.
I think what we'll do when we're in Canada, we'll get one, you know, the hose pipe quick fitters?
Yeah.
We'll get one of those, and this can have a quick fit on.
Alright, so before the battery cut off, we were testing the water. The water is all drained out now, and it works pretty well.
It does work, but I can definitely make it better, as I said before. I don't know if you caught that. We'll get one of these quick fit, standard hose pipe, garden hose pipe fittings, and it can be attached to the box. So that hose can stay permanently attached there, and then all you do is pull the extra length out and clip it on.
Yeah.
Super easy. We'll pick those parts up when we get the other bits we need for the box.
Sweet!
There we go. Success.
Another project ticked off the list.
You're gonna wash some more of my underwear.
Not today. It's gonna rain in a minute.
It's actually just about to pee down, so might as well close this back up.
Yep. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that transformation. Our Helm seat definitely looks brand new. It looks a lot better than it did before, especially with the cushion on it.
Did you tell them we got a different cushion?
And now we can both sit on it at the same time.
This one's actually a more comfortable foam than we got for the actual cockpit. It's harder foam, because with the design of this cockpit, you have to walk across the cushions all the time, and we didn't want it to deteriorate too quick. But with the Helm seat, we got a more comfy one for the back.
Yeah. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Stay tuned for next week for more.
'Cause I am a barefoot man, barefoot to make my stand. I bare my soul for all the world to see. Yeah. I am a barefoot man, feet planted firmly in the sand. Bare your souls, come along with me. Lose your shoes, lose your blues, come along with me.